I am the big tank.
On the battlefield of life, nothing's harder than a tank. Yeah, have you ever met a man, hearts full of love, bigger than a
Tank.
tank?
Big tank.
He served in a few wars, he's a veteran that stands for a cause. For the best interviews and news, just keep it glued to the
Tank. I
tank.
am the tank. Big
Big
tank.
Tank Talk.
Tank.
Big Tank Talk.
Tank. Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of Big Tank Talk. And yes, this is Big Tank minus the beard. I'll explain that later if you guys are really interested. Today, we have the unique pleasure of talking to and getting to know Miss Bree Talks. Bree, welcome to Big Tank Talk.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate this. Thank you.
Okay. First question is always the same. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you came to be on Clapper.
Well, let's see. Hey, baby, I see you. So I started doing lives in 2018. I was approached to do a YouTube channel. It wasn't mine. It was someone else's. But they wanted to produce a show with me in it. I had no clue. So I started doing that in 2018 and blew up there. Then we went to Facebook Live, blew up there. And then we were going to transition into doing like multiple platforms, multi streaming. But then the pandemic hit. So we no longer was able to go to the studio because I would go to a studio. I had the whole setup and everything. We were no longer able to do that. So I found another app and I got on that app. It opened in August 2020 and I downloaded it in September 2020. So I'm what they call an OG on there. Started to hone in my craft, and then I met a group which was A&N, Elevated Bliss, and Trip Duce. I met them. We started to expand, and that app became a little too small. So I knew about Clapper. I had downloaded it in 2022 because a friend of mine, his name is, it's Bryce. He had it,
Okay.
but I had too many apps already. So I was like, yeah, I ain't doing that. Yeah, it was a lot. So then finally we decided to try to venture off and expand the brand. And so Clapper came up. We started touching Clapper and TikTok at the same time, but then realized that our content and our natural way of being, it was too much for TikTok. We were getting banned, we were getting blocked. It was just too much. So
Yep.
then Clapper, I realized that Clapper was an adult app, which was great for me because a lot of my content was adult based. So that's how I found Clapper. We loved it, and we got embraced by Shady and Storm and all them. And well, I'm here. We're here. Here we are. A year
And
later.
Bree, we are glad you're here. Guys, a lot, Ronan, Elevated Bliss, Trippy, and I'm sure I missed some of you guys coming in. I want to welcome you all in. We are just getting started. Um, why the name Bree Talks?
Well, when I first started doing it in 2018, I didn't want to go with my real name, my legal name. I didn't want to do that because like I said, it started to blow up. So everyone called me Bree. It's short for my, government name. So Bree was it. And then there was a situation a year into it where they were like, girl, you could talk. And next thing you know, it just became Bree Talks. Bree talks about this and Bree talk because I'm so diverse. I don't have like one specific niche. I talk about everything. So that's where the name Bree Talks comes from. And I'm on all major platforms with that name.
And I've seen enough of your lives to know you don't lack for willingness to talk about anything either. So
Mm-mm.
that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. So just to get some of the basics out of the way, do you have are you married? Do you have kids, pets?
No, I'm not married, but I do have a boyfriend. Elevated Bliss is actually the one that I'm with. He's down there in the comments. I have one child. She's 26, and yeah, that's it.
Right on. I'll have to. You don't look like you're old enough to have a 26-year-old, but that's
I'll be
entirely
50
beside
in
the point.
March. I'm gonna be 50 next March. This coming
Right
March,
on.
I'm gonna be 50. Yeah.
They tell me I look younger without my beard, but it's still coming back.
I love it. I was gonna say I love it. It's the first time I've seen you without the beard. It looks you have such good skin. I love
It's a
it.
first. It's a first time for a lot of people seeing me without the beard. Um,
I love it.
so Paul wants to know who influences you most in your life.
Who influences me the most?
Yeah,
Ironically enough, my daughter. My daughter saved my life. I would not be the woman I am today had it not been because I had my child. Yeah, my daughter, by far.
that makes sense. And Peter Haywood asked, "Do you like animals?"
Love animals. I own cats and two big old pit bulls. The only animals I don't like are mice and rodents because I have a fear of them. I have a deadly fear of them. Like I turn into a little bitch. Like I will knock your grandmother over if I see one. I don't like them.
I get it. I don't like them either, so I totally understand that. Now, one thing is clear talking to you. You're obviously a big city girl. What big city would that be? I know the answer, but I have to ask.
Oh, I was born and raised in Brooklyn. Bedford Stuyvesant, do or die, baby. That's where I'm from.
Right on. Um, Mike, that would answer your question where the accent is from. She's a Brooklyn girl, born and raised. Um,
Facts.
Let me ask you this: knowing that you're a Brooklyn born and raised girl,
Hmm.
how, how comfortable are you being out in nature, out like in the woods or out away from big city life?
So I was born and raised in Brooklyn, right? It's the concrete jungle, all that. We know roof, roof, and pew, pew, right? That's about as most animal as it goes. But when I was 18, I actually moved to California, San Diego. And I was in a suburb. So I got a little bit more used to like the possums, the raccoons. My dog killed a freaking coyote. So animals, I started to get used to that in San Diego. And then now, 30 to 35 years later, I'm back in the East Coast. I'm in Pennsylvania now, and I'm in the freaking mountains. And Bambi is outside all the time.
Yeah, we get deer walking through our backyard where I live a lot. So
I'm like, oh
Mike
yeah.
McGifford asked, and I'm not sure what he's talking about, but maybe you are. Have you ever been glamping?
No. Oh, so I know what glamping is. Glamping is camping, but glamorous. So like you don't really rough it. You go in an RV and you have like hors d'oeuvres. You're not really like, peeing in the woods. Like you literally have like somewhere you could pee and shower. So I
Right.
have not been glamping, but that's my kind of way of camping. I'm telling you, because I ain't.
Welcome in. Welcome in, Emma, Joe, and Carrie. It's good to see y'all.
That
Always happy
trippy
to see your
coochie.
faces, guys. Um, I did not grow up in a big city, so here's the basis of this question: How would you describe growing up in a city like Brooklyn to someone like me that's never been there?
Well, it's not for the faint of heart. The streets don't love you, and you gotta really have tough skin to live in that neighborhood. At least in my neighborhood, I can only speak, in my area, you have to have tough skin. You can't worry about your feelings because the streets don't care about your feelings. It's basically like it says, do or die. It's a survival mode. That's it. Like you gotta
That makes
toughen up.
sense.
Yeah.
Have, have you developed any traditions along the way, whether they're family traditions or neighborhood type, that that you would just refer to as being very Brooklyn?
Yeah, everything I say is your mother. Your mother. And I used to say this one, but I don't. And I'll be like, whatever. But, and I know you're doing this on YouTube, so I'm trying to watch my mouth. But,
It's
Yeah,
an
it's
adult. It's an adult channel. You're free to be you in this interview, Bree.
okay. Because I used to say, yeah, suck my dick, but I don't say that no more. Because I'm fit. I'm gonna be 50, right? So I don't say that. But I do say your mother. Everything's your mother. Mm-hmm.
Right on. Uh,
Yeah.
has Brooklyn changed a lot since you were a kid?
Ooh, yeah, yeah. I'm a '70s, mid '70s child, and growing up in the '80s during the crack epidemic and then the AIDS epidemic. The cops never came around. The only time they ever came, I swear, if you ever saw the movie New Jack City, that was Brooklyn in the '80s. Like, I shit you not, that was Brooklyn. They never came around. They never did. They stopped walking the beat in the '70s. Cops used to walk the beat, meaning like they would walk the neighborhood. They stopped doing that in late '70s. And then when crack came about, it was like fucking zombie land, bro. Like it's crazy. So now that's not the drug of choice. There's other stuff, but for me, it just what changed is the actual police presence, not as much as I would like it to be, but it still has changed. Like we used to be able to have a street fight and not no worries, right? We would thump it up one on one. Now you gonna get arrested. You gonna get arrested. They don't do that no more. You can't have a fair one no more.
That's
That's it.
understandable.
Yeah.
Couple of questions there. Mike McGifford asked how you like adulting.
How do I like adulting?
Yeah,
I've been adulting since I was 12. So I've been on the streets by myself, no parental supervision since I was 12. So I've been adulting for a very long time. So it's second nature.
understood.
I'd rather be in the
And
childhood state. I'd rather play in my childhood, but you know.
and Paul, who is he is the Moist Reaper, he'll go back to Fear the Reaper, and he's got screen recording. He asked, "What's your favorite thing about Brooklyn?"
My favorite thing was we had like little traditions, little games. We would play kick the can. We would play Scully. We would do the girls would cheerlead in the front. We would double dutch. It was it was more of a community face based feeling than it is now. Like if I would get in trouble, I had to be careful that the neighbors, my grandmother's friends didn't see me because I would get a whooping from her and then a whooping from them and then a whooping from my grandma. Like it was like I really had to watch what I was doing in my neighborhood. So a lot of the times I would have to leave the neighborhood to do some, bad shit.
All right, Peter Haywood asks, is he's heard that people in New York don't have the right to bear arms? Is that true?
Absolutely
I'll
not.
let you
They
answer
can't.
that.
They can bear arms. They want you to believe that you can't. You can bear arms, absolutely. You just can't, like most states, bring it to any type of federal building. But yes, you can bear arms. They just don't
I,
want you to
I
believe it.
I would answer it a little differently. I would say New York does have the right to bear arms. It's a constitutional right, but in New York, they're severely restricted by the politicians in New York.
Yeah.
It's
Hmm.
a political. It's
But
a
I'll give you
political
here's the fun
difference.
fact, though, right? The whole bearing arms. But did you know that it is totally legal in New York City for a woman to walk around with no top on and her titties can hang out? Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yes, absolutely. She can do it. And it's not considered indecent exposure. Yep, she can do it.
Wow.
Not
One
that you
more
should, because
question.
that's nasty,
One,
but
one
anyway, go
more
ahead.
question about Brooklyn before I move on. But are there any foods or is there food or any foods that are like home to you, to Brooklyn, home to you, and
Oh,
why?
yeah, pizza, and the Chinese food, and yeah, the little bodega. Yeah, we got the little Puppy's Bodega right up the street, and they do the chopped cheese sandwiches and the bacon, egg, and cheese. And yeah, that's a lot of food.
What is
Yeah,
it about the pizza and the Chinese food in Brooklyn that sets them apart from, say, what I can get here in Missouri?
the water, dead ass. It's the water. You can literally drink like I drank the water literally from the Johnny pump, from the fire hydrant, whatever you want to call it, out the forth. It's the water, straight up. When I lived in California, there was this place called Brooklyn Pizzeria, And I was amazed that his food tasted so good. And I asked him, how is it that your food tastes like from New York? And he imported the water.
Right
Really,
on.
that was it. So now y'all
So
know.
LD Sweets wants to know, in the future, where do you see Breed Talks heading or going to? That's this, in other words, where do you see yourself expanding to beyond where you're at right now?
Well, right now we own our own channel, so we definitely want to expand that. We're on Roku right now, so anyone who has a Roku device, you can download the Alliance Network channel on any Roku device. In the next coming, months, we're definitely going to expand to other platforms, like Apple, like Fire Stick, all that. Um, to be honest, I want my name to be a household name, and I'm almost there. I'm almost
Fair
there.
enough. Fair enough.
So
Mike McGifford asks, is pizza really different?
it is. It really is. A lot of, well, I can only speak in California. A lot of pizza in California is very doughy. New York pizza is crispy. The actual pie is crispy. You can fold it, and then the cheese, it melts, like drips down your arm, and it's
Yeah,
thin, and it's just fucking yummy. It's just yummy.
I'll second that. I lived in Italy for 2 years,
See.
and Italy pizza in Italy is much. It can be a lot different than what you get here in the states, and there's differences between New York pizza and Chicago
Mm-hmm.
style pizza, between pizza on the East Coast and what you get on the West Coast. So yeah, you can make it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of variety in the way you can make pizza. So yes, uh, LD Sweets ask, are you going to Netflix? I guess they're just starting podcasts on Netflix.
We have not looked into that. Right now, we're just starting to fill the channel up. We're networking. We're getting a lot of content creators to come on the channel with us. But I'll definitely take a look at that and see what Netflix is offering. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's been a couple of things lately that Netflix has put on there that me and ANN are not okay with. So we're gonna have to really think about whether or not we want to be associated with them. There's a lot of shit they got going on that network that we're not okay with at all. So,
Right. But I would consider Netflix is just a platform, and I don't. I mean, you, you can find something that people endorse in just about every part of the industry that you don't agree with.
hmm
But if they provide you an opportunity for you to put your organization, your network on, and to
hmm
have to say what you want to say and compete and outsell the stuff that you don't agree with, my
hmm
personal opinion. Before we'll get back to that, but um, I can almost script what Peter asked. He wants to know, is 420 legal in New York?
I believe so. I don't smoke weed, but I think it is. I don't know. To be, I don't. I'd have to ask Bliss. I don't smoke weed, but I believe it is. I know it's legal in California.
All right. Mike wants to know if you can talk more about your channel on Roku. I wanted you to I wanted to bring up the subject of ANN. Tell us what it is, what it's about, and what you hope to accomplish with it.
So the original founders of ANN is Trip Duce and Elevated Bliss. They're the president and vice president of ANN, the creators of ANN. I am the CFO of ANN. Basically, it's called the Alliance Network News. That's the name of the company. It's about truth. It's about exposing the lies and the bullshit that they keep feeding us, removing all the indoctrination. Our main focus and the foundation of ANN is saving the children. Everything, shout out to Lady B, all roads lead to the babies. We're huge into preventing human trafficking, child sex trafficking. That we get into a lot of things like adrenochrome, like space being fake. Like this is what ANN is built on. It's about the truth, and so quote unquote conspiracy. But how can it be a conspiracy if you got facts, right? But anyways, I'll digress. But yeah, that's what ANN is about. And we also collaborate with other content creators that bring other facets to ANN. It's basically about networking. We have people that can create websites. We have people that can create merch. We have people that can help you start your LLC and your businesses. We have people that help you network, that promote. We do promotion video. Like, oh, there's 27 of us. Y'all don't see 27 of us, but there's 27 of us and growing.
So, for someone that wants to become involved with your network, how do they do that?
Um, Depending on the level of involvement, we welcome anyone that's willing to sit in our spaces and hear the information that we have, right? The information is not meant for everyone. The truth is stands on its own, right? It's whether or not you're willing to receive it. We may not be the gatekeeper that's going to show you or shed light on the truth. But if you're willing to listen and have an open heart and an open mind, we accept anyone. Um, Other than that, it really is energy. We're highly, highly sensitive on energy. We don't believe in any fuck shit. Don't come with bad intentions. Don't, we're just not like that. We're about making humanity better. Both Bliss and I, for anyone who does numerology, both Bliss and I are life path 33s. We're the teachers of humanities. We teach different things, but nonetheless, we're here to better humanity and help raise the vibration of humanity. And that's our purpose. Do it in different ways, but that's essentially what we're about.
Which is absolutely a worthwhile purpose. I respect both you guys for that. Mike McGifford wants to know if you've ever heard of the Y Files, and is it similar to your channel?
The Y Files, I've not heard of that. That Bliss and Trip probably could answer that. I'm not into the whole. I, Look, I date a man that's a truther. Okay, that's his thing. I love him for it, and he's good at it, and he's opened my eyes to it. I'm more on self-improvement. I'm more on self-empowering. I want to help people realize that you're a god, that you can do anything you want to do because you're a co-creator of your universe, of your reality. That's what I do. And my purpose is to help people gain strength with all of the negativity and the bullshit that they dealt with growing up as a child. People have always come to me for that. So that's my purpose, is to help people learn that they're better than what they think they are.
I absolutely respect that. And there's enough negativity in the world that you can get lost in it if you let yourself. That's one of the reasons that everything I do is about love and positivity, and how we can be better people, better citizens, better parents, better friends, all of that.
Mhm.
So I absolutely respect that. Mike wants to know more about your channel on Roku. He says that a channel clips or what?
No, they're actually episodes. So, for instance, we have the flagship show of ANN, which is Good Motherfucking Yawning, which is hosted by Trip and Elevated Bliss, Monday through Friday from 8 to 11. Thank you, baby. You can find them here on Clapper. We also, earlier today, we just did Moments of Clarity, which is about spirituality and learning how to embrace your true God given powers. And then we have other shows such as game shows that we do. Thursday here on Clapper, a lot of you that are in here, we do Subliminally Speaking. It's a game show that Elevated Bliss and I host that allow you to be a little bit more open with your sexuality, but not so vulgar. So if you're with a partner and you want to say, you want some, but you got your kids around, you got to use code words to say, baby, I want some. So that show in itself. Friday, we have Lyrical Ladder for those that are, musically inclined, and that's with Trip and Elevated Bliss. Saturday is Brain Dead, which is a trivia game. We have so much content on there. I do a lot of content with dealing with trauma, childhood trauma. I have Mommy Dearest, which deals with abusive mothers. Like, we all talk about the fathers, right? They're abusive mentally, physically, sexually, but no one really talks about the mothers. So Mommy Dearest is a show that's dedicated to those who have trauma because of their mothers or mother figures. So That we have so many shows. So that's what it's about. The channel itself, we own it. We have a music license. We're able to play whatever we want. There's no censorship. You can say whatever you want. The only thing we don't allow, obviously, is pornography. We're not
Right.
doing. I personally do a lot of sex positive content, but there's no point. I don't want to see your ass, your tits, and your little baby bits. I don't want to see none of that. Okay. But other than that, yeah, and we don't necessarily have to agree with your way of thinking or your beliefs for you to be on our channel. We're completely open to everyone.
Yeah. And ANN, you said that's the Alliance Network News, correct?
Yes, you can go to Roku and look up the Alliance Network. The Alliance
Yep.
Network. That's the name of the channel, and then the parent company is Alliance Network News. So,
Right
yeah.
on. And with all of it that Bree has going on, it's still not uncommon to find her on Wednesday nights and the Real Tim Shady's live called The Real Men's Mental
Yes.
Health Live. She's in there supporting the men that are trying to, just because awareness and recognition that men aren't always, we don't always have it together and we have
Mhm.
issues as well. And I celebrate women like Bree and uh, Storm for not just for giving us a space. We took, the space is there, but they're there supporting us and doing that. And she's there just about every week, just like I am.
Oh yeah,
And I
we
appreciate you for
safeguard
that.
that space. Yeah, we safeguard that space. Look, I'm a straight woman. I'm heterosexual. I love men. And a lot of our men deal with a lot of issues. And it's unfortunate that they don't have enough spaces, right? Men literally commit suicide. We lose so much of them because of the pressures that society puts on them. We need to, as women, we need to allow them to be vulnerable and embrace their vulnerability and not put so much pressure on them and allow them to give us some of their burdens. So absolutely, we are pit bulls when it comes to that space. Anyone is welcome to interact respectfully, because if not, we're booting you. Me and Stormy don't play. We the snipers. We sniping.
So, but Brie, I appreciate you and Storm and the other women that are in that space every week
Mm-hmm.
supporting us. I'm there just
Absolutely.
about every week in a box with Tim and the other guys. So I want to
Mm-hmm.
go ahead and do a couple of Clapper specific questions.
Okay.
Um, First one, what keeps you on Clapper now?
What keeps me on the people. Oh my God, I met so many dope people. I got Trashley, Shady, Stormy, J Rita, Leanne, you. Who else? We got Ray, Jeep, like Colin. Like, there's so many fucking dope people on here. We got who else? Effie, Dawn. Like, so many fucking dope people on here. It's the people. It's the people. And Bliss says it all the time because we own our own channel. We don't need to be on Clapper. We own our
Right.
own stuff. So we're here for the people, and they make it fun. So yeah, it's the people.
You guys are pretty awesome too. Not just you, but Trippy and Bliss. Uh, Elevated Bliss he's in the live here, guys. If you don't know who he is, give him a follow. He's a truly phenomenal person, and he's a great friend to have. Um,
Absolutely.
have you ever met other Clapper creators in person?
No, but we plan on it. October 31st, 2026. Storm and Shady are getting married, and we gonna be there. We gonna
I'm
be
hoping
there.
to be there as well, so I'm looking.
Mhm. So excited. So excited. Yeah. So I'll be meeting them hopefully sooner than that. But yeah, we're going to be there.
Okay, what frustrates you the most about Clapper?
The fact that you cannot record your shows, they're not recorded. So you have to record them outsourced. Like a lot of our shows that we do, we have to make sure we have the ability to record the episode. And a lot of the platforms that I do, like, YouTube and Facebook, they have the recording already in there. So that's the only frustration I have with Clapper, because a lot of the shows that we do organically become amazing fucking shows. But if I don't have it ready to pre-record, we lose that content. So Clapper, if you're listening, we need you to be able to record our stuff. Okay?
Bree, Bree, that's why I have Paul screen recording for me every week.
Yeah.
And I'm very, very grateful for the fact that he's willing to do that every week. And
Fact.
the only times that he doesn't do it, I think one time he was not feeling well.
Mm-hmm.
But the only other times he hasn't done it is when I've been interviewing him, and I've been
Oh.
fortunate to have someone else screen record for the weeks that he's been my guest.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Now, I think you might like this question. If Bree Talks ran Clapper, how
Mm-hmm.
would you make it better?
Number one, I would boost the age to 18. I don't do 17. You're still a minor. You really shouldn't be in here, but that's just me. I would boost it to 18, 18 only. You would have to send an ID showing me that you're 18 because there's a lot of predators. And one thing, me personally and ANN, we don't fuck around with the babies. Like, we don't do predators. We don't do none of that. Grown ass men looking at young little girls, we don't get down like that. Or old ass women looking at young boys, we don't get down like that. So definitely, I would do that and allow recording your lives. Recording your lives. I think a lot of content creators on here lose a lot of great, dope content because they cannot record them unless they have outside way of doing it. So that.
I absolutely agree on both of those counts. By the way, and it would be a wonderful change to see.
Mm-hmm.
And you might not think it would be that big a deal by raising the age from 17 to 18,
It
but
is.
it is. It is a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
One final Clapper question.
Mm-hmm.
Um, who among your fellow Clapper creators inspires you?
Ooh, who inspires me? Ooh, that's a good question. Um, I'm inspired by everybody. I take a little bit from everyone. Um, for instance, like Stormy, her and Shady's relationship. Me and Bliss met very similar fashion, not on here, but in another app. So I see their interaction with each other, and him and I take from that and try to better our relationship. Trip Duce, she's so loving and so she's so imaginative. She's so creative. I draw that from her. Her creativity, her willingness to see things outside the box. Ashley, I draw the fact that she's so innocent, and a lot of the things that she does is just so humble. Yeah. I draw from everyone. I'm a fucking sponge. I may be going on 50, but I'm telling you, I still learn every day from everybody.
Right on.
Absolutely.
And I'm really glad that I take my hat off to Shady for giving me a place where I could meet somebody as amazing as you are, as you
Oh,
really
I
are an amazing
appreciate you,
person.
Tank. You're an amazing man. Like, I've really going in there and listening to you guys and being so open about whatever it is that you're dealing with, past, present, or future, and allowing yourself to be vulnerable, right? It's very commending, and it's it's amazing. It's amazing that you gentlemen allow yourselves to do that, and it's humbling that you would allow us to hear you and you would share that with us. So I appreciate all you men. I appreciate you.
Next question. Where do you find the intestinal fortitude to be willing and able to discuss any topic?
Um,
That's something everybody can't do.
So I'm an Aries, right?
Me too.
Oh, hey, shut. Okay, so you already know, right? I'm an Aries, so I want to know a little bit about everything. Um, I have an opinion on everything, and because of my purpose, right? My purpose in this world is to help others. And I've learned at a very early age that I have to make myself accessible to everyone. And sometimes it's uncomfortable for me because I am not naturally trusting. So I trust the universe to bring whoever needs to be brought to me to help them. Um, so because of my purpose, I feel like I have to be there. My purpose is to help people, and I can't do that if I don't allow myself the exposure.
Absolutely. That makes a lot of sense. Um, what would you say has been the best lesson you've learned in your life, and why?
The best lesson I've learned in my life. Ooh, that's a good one because I'm hard headed. I learned a lot of lessons, and some I still ain't learned. But um, the best lesson I've learned was that it is okay to show my emotions. And it goes back to my purpose. It is okay for me to show that vulnerability side. That even though I'm vulnerable does not make me weak. And because of my upbringing that we spoke of earlier and where I'm from,
Right.
showing vulnerability was a sign of weakness. So I learned to turn that off. But when I had my daughter, I had to learn how to be vulnerable and loving. And that's probably the best lesson I ever learned. Because of that, it allowed me to be a beacon for others. So,
All right. Here's a question you probably didn't expect. One of the things that I gathered from actually reviewing your content,
mhm.
um, you are big on loving yourself. Self love is important.
Yes.
Um, let me see. Let me make sure I word this the way I had it. So,
No, take your time.
uh, crap.
Take your time. I'm here.
You know what?
Mm,
This is what I get for having a bunch of questions in front of me and not keeping track.
it's okay. We here for it. You 60 strong. We good.
Gotcha. I got the question. And learning that it's okay to love yourself. What did you have you discovered was made that most difficult? It's something some people never learn.
Forgiving yourself. In loving yourself, you must forgive yourself for your transgressions, for your decisions, for things that brought about maybe negativity or who have pushed people away. You must forgive yourself before you can forgive anyone else. That's a way of healing. You have to embrace who you are, good, bad, and indifferent, because that's what makes you beautiful. That's what makes you authentic and unique than to everyone else is you. So learning to forgive yourself and say, you know what? Yeah, I kind of fucked up. My bad to yourself. Yeah, that's by far one of the best lessons. And that comes
I,
with learning it.
absolutely. If you can't forgive yourself, how do you forgive other people?
Right.
That's the kind of take I get on that.
Well, I'm a little bit
Um,
different when it comes to forgiving other people, but we'll go there with you. I agree.
okay, if you could travel back in time and could talk to your younger self, what would you say to your 12-year-old self?
Girl, you could do anything. Don't worry about what nobody said. You are a beast. You're a beast. Yes, yes, you can do anything. Facts. That's what I would tell myself. You're fucking phenomenal. You're phenomenal. You're strong. You have no idea the shit you're gonna go through and overcome because you are that bitch. So yes, you can do anything.
Absolutely. And remember, whether you're 12 or you're 50 or you're 28, you can still do whatever you want. You just have to
Absolutely.
believe. You got to believe in yourself. That's important.
Absolutely.
Ignatius Riley, that's Marshall. Welcome in, brother. Good to see you. Um, what is your dream job, or are you doing that now?
Actually, yeah, I'm on my way to do my dream job. My dream job is to actually mentor people in loving themselves and teaching them about their natural God given gifts, embracing who they are, and realizing that you are not the narrative that this three dimensional place wants you to believe you are so much more capable of doing and being than you can possibly imagine. So that's, and I'm on the way of that. We're actually working on getting a headquarters for ANN, and we'll start offering services, whether it's holistical medicine, whether it's dealing with the 4D program. Shout out to Bliss and Traduce who are doing that. Whether it's learning how to start over. You lost everything in life and you're 57 years old. Where the fuck do I start? Yeah, we're here for that. We're here for that. So yeah.
Right on.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This is something I'm sure a lot of us that are on this side of 50, and
Mm-hmm.
you're right on the line there anyway. But
I know
what
me
is some
50.
what is something you know now that you wish you had known when you were younger?
Ooh, what do I know now that my true powers, embracing who I really am, knowing that, like, I can't even, some of this I can't even put into words, because I feel so deeply. It's not that I know, it just is for me. It's a way of being, it's a way of life for me now. I wish I knew that then. I think I could have helped more people along the way. And I think I may have avoided some situations in my own life had I known. Um, but at the end of the day, that's it. It's just, we're so much more than this meat suit, people. We are. This is just a vessel for us to enjoy this school we call life. But yeah, absolutely.
I love that perspective, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
So, what is something that people tend to misunderstand about you?
Oh, so um, they misunderstand the fact that I do have a big heart, right? But they think I could be a little rough around the edges. Um, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that because, it's a learned behavior. In order for me to survive, I had to be that way. Um, but I know, and anyone who knows me personally and knows me long enough, I have a tremendous fucking heart. I have an amazing heart, and I will give you the shirt off my back. I will take the bullet for you. But not everyone deserves that part of me. So I am very, very cautious as to who I let in my circle, because once I dive in wholeheartedly. I love like a child. I trust like a child. And I've been hurt because of it. So a lot of the times people think that I'm a little standoffish, or could be a little bit aggressive. It's not aggression, it's passion, damn it.
I was going to say that a lot of people misunderstand passion for aggression,
Hmm.
and they are significantly different things. Um, I know you're passionate about ANN
Yes,
and your daughter.
yes.
What else is something that you are very passionate about?
Pit bulls. I am such a huge advocacy for pit bulls. I love those animals. I think they are so misunderstood. I think humans are so effed up in their treatment of them. It's not the breed, it's the freaking humans. And I just love pit bulls. That
Well,
by far, that is probably one of my most passionate things
and
besides that
what do
sex.
you think about it? And pit bull's a dog, and dogs are instinctual,
Mhm.
and people are teaching people to be afraid of pit bulls. Well, dogs respond to fear, so a cocker spaniel is going to respond the same way a pit bull does if you're showing fear.
It's
So yeah,
look,
you're right. And when it comes to pit bulls, people are definitely the problem.
absolutely. Look, let me tell you. I had a Chihuahua who was the most vicious thing on planet Earth. Like, I swear to God, she was so unruly. She wouldn't shut the hell up, and she bit people, right? But people were more inclined to hold her than my 110-pound American bully, because he was bigger and stockier and his head was huge. But I tell you, he is the biggest fucking couch potato known to mankind. Love him. If you go through my profile, you'll see videos of my
And
boys.
and I did, and I love your dogs. They're awesome.
Uh, I love my boys. I love my boys. Yeah, and ironically enough, they were raised by a teacup Yorkie. Okay, a teacup Yorkie. My pit bulls were taught by a teacup Yorkie. So yeah, it's
Nice.
the people.
Well, welcome in, Grace. It's good to see you. Um, this might seem like a silly question based on the
Okay,
totality
keep
of the
going. Give
interview,
me
but
1 second. Go ahead.
what what interpersonal relationships are most important to you?
What interpersonal relationships are most important to me?
Yeah.
Um, well, first and foremost, the relationship with myself is by far the most important, because if I have a disconnection with self, then I can't have a connection with anyone. So first and foremost, connection with myself, connection with source, the ethers, the universe, God, Allah, whatever you want to say, my creator. Um, and then those around me, my circle, my boyfriend, my sis Trip, my cousin, my daughter, those in my circle. um, I treat every relationship the way I feel it needs to be treated in my life. Um, you give to me, I give to you what you give to me. No relationship should be unbalanced. I can't give you more than what you give me, because it's unfair. Whether it's a love relationship or a friend relationship, everything is balanced. So yeah, I treasure all relationships.
Well, and let's be honest, the best friend relationships are love relationships. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and if you can't allow yourself to love somebody because, like in my case, I'm a 62-year-old man. I will not I will not refuse to love, say, Ronan or Marshall down in the chat because they're men. Because the
Mm-hmm.
fact is, those guys are excellent men, and they are so deserving of love and everything good I can imagine. And I think people really do themselves a disservice by withholding how they really feel because of what people might think. And
Absolutely.
you're right. If you can't, the one that's got to be the most important is your relationship with yourself. If that
Mm-hmm.
one's flawed, everything else is going to be flawed behind it. So you got to be
Right.
good with yourself first.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what is your most aggravating pet peeve?
Hypocrisy. I cannot stand hypocrisy. I don't like when people say one thing and do another. Hypocrisy and lying. I can't stand it. I will never ever see you the same. I don't care. I don't like it. I am too brutally honest for my own fault. A lot of people unfortunately get hurt, not because my intention is to hurt them, but because I am too honest. I'm not here to to stroke your ego. I'm here to help you better who you are. And sometimes it's not nice, and sometimes it's not warm and fuzzy, but I hate hypocrisy. Don't be fake. Be you. Love you. Even if nobody likes you, love you.
I,
you
I,
know?
I have to agree, and I think so much of what's wrong in this world could be fixed if people would just be honest. Don't. I mean, if you disagree with somebody, disagree with them. You
Yeah,
know, we're grown. We can disagree and still get along.
absolutely.
The fact
Yeah.
is that we're moving, as a society, we're moving further and further away from that. And people are so much more willing to just attack each other
Yes.
because of a philosophical difference that, in the grand scheme of things, don't
Hmm.
mean shit.
Right.
And I don't get it,
Look,
but
we're all looking for the same thing. We're all looking for love, acceptance, and prosperity. We're all looking for it. The same exact things we're looking for. Which way we get it may differ. How we get to those things are different. But we are all still looking for we all want to be loved, heard, and appreciated. And it's okay if you don't like that person. It's okay if they don't like you. I have it in my bio. Love me or hate me, no in between. Because I don't care. Because if you don't like me, I guarantee you there's somebody out there that will. It's
yeah,
your loss. It's my loss,
I would say love me or hate me. I'm fine with that.
Absolutely. Because I
And
love me.
welcome in, Shady. It's good to see you, brother. Um,
Shady.
Bree, I'd like to take a minute at this point and let everyone know that this time, at 3 o'clock next week, on December the 14th, I will be bringing back for a follow up interview Iron Man Mike. At the end of his
Ooh.
first interview, I had so many questions left I wanted to ask him that we never even got to, that I had to bring him back for a follow up interview. So he'll
Oh,
be
I
coming
love
back for that
that.
next week.
I'm excited. Oh,
Um,
thank you, Grace. I appreciate you.
that would be my next question. And I don't know when it might be, but would you be willing to come back for another interview?
Oh, absolutely. I'm down. I'm like I said, my purpose is to reach as many people as possible. Hopefully, someone here will follow me and listen to my content, and it may help broaden their horizon. It may help with the situation that they're in. It may help with their, trauma healing. So, yeah, absolutely.
Right
I
on.
would love it.
Uh, Now you said before you were born and raised in Brooklyn,
Yes.
but you live in Pennsylvania now.
Yes.
If cost wasn't an issue and you had the freedom to pick up and go, and I'm not saying you don't, I'm saying
Mhm.
with cost not being an issue, you just pick up and settle down anywhere you wanted. Where would you live?
Well, shit, I don't know. I've been to California already for 35 years. That's the most expensive place. Um, if I could live anywhere in the world, ooh, honestly, anywhere my daughter's at. I can't be without my kid. I can't. Me
I
and
get
my
that.
daughter have such a great relationship. Like, I love her. That's my one of my best friends. So yeah, anywhere she's at, I'm there. They're thinking of moving to Alaska, and I'm like, shit, girl, I ain't going to Alaska, but I'll visit.
Yeah,
So
I
yeah,
get
anywhere
that.
my kids at.
My 23-year-old lives 2 hours north of where I live, and
Mhm.
that's about as far away from her as I want to live.
Yeah.
But we don't. I don't know what the future holds. And at the end of the day, as long as she's happy and healthy,
Right.
all the rest is information.
Mhm.
Nothing. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm working on being mobile. So hopefully, I know this time next year, I'm going to be able to travel all 50 states. So yeah, that's our goal,
that would be
to be
fun.
mobile. Yeah.
I've only been to 41 of them so far, so I still have a little traveling to do.
Hey,
So
there you go. But damn, 41, that's great.
what is something about you that would other people would be surprised to learn?
Ooh, what's something about me that people would be surprised to learn? Uh, that I'm a big scaredy cat with horror flicks. I love horror movies, but I watch them like in my shirt, be like, "Oh damn, go run, girl, run!" Oh, he gonna stab you, like big baby. But I love him. I love him. Yeah, and I can't sleep after watching The Exorcist, which by the way I've seen it 100 times. After I can't sleep for a whole week. I can't see her head turn. The minute her head to spin, it's a wrap. I sleep with a nightlight. Like I don't care. So yeah, big
One
scaredy.
one of the things about me that would surprise people to know also involves horror movies, and that in particular, and The Exorcist specifically. I find them hilarious. I do. Um,
Appreciate
and
you.
yeah, I could watch The Exorcist and immediately lay my head down and go right to sleep. Wouldn't bother me
Oh
a bit.
no! Oh no! You know why? Okay, because I am such a I have been open spiritually for so long, and I know good, evil, right? There's duality and everything. I just to know that that is a possibility that someone can go through. It's just I can't. I can't do it. Mm-mm. I can't. It's freaky.
Well, one more question, and it's not any earth shattering importance or anything. You have dogs. Would you say your dogs reflect your
Oh,
personality?
absolutely. Absolutely. So, I have a blue tri. His name is Big Daddy. Well, Big Daddy Kane is his real name, but I call him Daddy. He's loving, he's protective, he's like stealth, right? Big fat teddy bear lays on your lap kind of thing. Then my albino, his name is Atlas, who's, named after a god, right? He's quirky and funny and he doesn't shut the hell up. He talks all the time and he's such a goober. And that's me. That's my playful side. So yeah, they share both. But they're both very well trained and very protective. Very protective. So
Peter wants to know if you've seen all the Hellraiser movies.
yes, Pinhead. I know, but it's so ooh. Some of them, like I don't mind the gore, but some of it's like like what's that other one? Saw. That movie
Yeah.
Saw with Jigsaw. Oh my God, cutting your arm off. I mean, I love it. I love it, but then I don't. I don't.
And you see, just mentioning Saw had me chuckling. I can't help it. They're
Yeah,
hilarious to me. They all that stuff is very entertaining. I do like it. All right,
yeah.
Mike is going to get the last question from the chat. Then I got one more, and then we'll wrap it up. He wants to know how you handle haters joining your lives, and do you consider them lashing out because they hurt?
Um. So, like I said, a lot of people want to be heard, want to be seen. So most of the time, when you have trolls coming in, depending on what they say, I allow them to say to a degree. If it becomes too disrespectful, because certain things, right?
Yeah.
Then nah, my moderator's got to get them going because that's it. I allow you the space for so long. There are people that come in and they'll say some weird stuff, and then we troll the trolls. And next thing you know, they end up being one of our followers because we're funny. We make humor out of it. So it just depends on the situation. Yeah.
Okay. Before we wrap it up, I want you to again let everyone know where they can find ANN or the Alliance Network, and what if they want to know more, how they find out more.
So you can find me on all major platforms as well as Elevated Bliss and Trip Duce. You can find the Alliance Network, which is a Roku channel on Roku. We also have an IG page called the Alliance Network. I'm working on whether or not I want to do a YouTube channel, but I also have YouTube for myself. We're on all major platforms, but right now we're focusing on the Alliance Network, which is the channel on Roku. Definitely download it. We are working on other things to expand the brand. You can also, if you guys are in love with the gear that Bliss wears, because he sports all of our merch, you can go to annmerch.art, and you can purchase all the merchandise there: hoodies, hats, beanies, skirts, you name it. We got it, baby. We got it. Facts. Shady got it right there. Alliance Network News is our corporate, and then the channel is the Alliance Network.
All right, Brave. That's going to bring a close to the questions today. And the way I end my interviews is I offer my guest an opportunity to do a shout out. The shout out is totally up to you for who or what you shout out, but
Mhm.
this is your chance for that.
Well, first and foremost, I definitely want to shout out the A&M family in the building. Shout out my baby Bliss, my little sis Trip, Shady, and Storm for embracing us. For the minute we got on here, they've embraced us. They've opened up many, many avenues to meet amazing people such as yourself, Big Tank. Shout out to Ashley and Leanne and Jay Rita and everyone who's embraced our brands and who we are and the content that we do. American Atheist and Nick and just everyone, just the support and love that we get from the Clapper community is what keeps us here. Honestly and truthfully, wholeheartedly, that's what keeps A&N here, is the community of Clapper, because we could be on our own stuff. But we love you guys. We do. And we love the exchange. So shout out to everybody.
Right on. This has been a very enlightening and entertaining hour, I have to say, Bree. And I am really glad you accepted my invitation to be a guest on Big Tank Talks. It's been absolutely phenomenal.
Thank
I'd like you
you.
to send
Good.
me a message after the interview or whenever you remember for your
Uh-huh.
Gmail email address. So I'll send the video uh, through Google Drive so that
Okay.
you have it, and you're able and it's your interview. You can use it however you'd like, whether you
There you
want to
go,
show it
yo.
all in part or just take it and show pieces. It's up to you.
So see, now you know, guys, gotta go subscribe to Big Tank Talk on YouTube because he's gonna have it there, and go subscribe on Roku, the Alliance Network, because we're gonna have a playback. And if y'all not here, y'all gonna miss out. I'm just saying. So go download that. Mm-hmm.
Bree, I want to thank you again for being my guest. It's been an absolutely fascinating interview. I appreciate learning more about you and learning more about the Alliance Network. I do intend to learn more. I appreciate Bliss and Trip and everyone else that came in. I think you'll probably get a few new followers after this interview,
Oh,
and
real quick, can I say
I'm
one
hopeful.
thing? Real quick, and
Absolutely.
I want to mention this. Um, we have a major event coming up January 11th. Like I said, ANN is about, saving the children and human trafficking. Not a lot of people know January is actually Human Trafficking and Child Awareness Month. January 11th is the actual day of human sex trafficking and human and child sex trafficking awareness day. January 11th. ANN and a bunch of your favorite content creators like Shady Storm and Jay Rita are going to hold a 24-hour panel where we discuss prevention, information, awareness. So make sure you tap into that. You'll probably hear more about it in the upcoming weeks, but please stay tapped in to that. That is one of our most that's just our heart on a fucking plate right there. Is January 11th, the 24-hour panel for human and child sex trafficking awareness. So yeah, I just wanted to say that. Yeah.
No problem. And remember, guys, if you remember there's something going on, but you don't remember specifics, reach out to Bree. I'm sure she'll be happy to update you and let you
Yes.
know what's going on and when. Again, Bree, uh, I really appreciate you being my guest today. It's been absolutely phenomenal.
Oh, I love you, Tank. Thank you so much. I'm so humble you asked. Thank you. I appreciate this.
And with that, guys, have a wonderful rest of your Sunday.
Shout out to that.